Howdy howdy, welcome to my video. Today we're gonna learn about the musical alphabet and how it affects the treble clef, as well as talk about my favorite celebrity from the 6th century, great philosopher, Mr. Boethius. So, without any further ado, some good lumpia. Let's go.
So the first thing you need to know is that every single line and space has a name. No, I don't mean Larry, Gary, Barry, and Jennifer. Instead, we use the first 7 letters of the English alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. You're telling me, Mr. Bailey, that doesn't make sense. We have a lot of lines and spaces. That's more than 7 letters. True. So after G, we're always going to go back to A. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. This comes from the 6th century Roman philosopher named Boethius. And Boethius said we should use these first 7 letters. He actually added a whole bunch of other stuff too, but they cut it down, and so we're just left with the 7 here. So you would think with our treble clef, remember treble clef being for our higher pitched instruments and singers, that we would start with an A, but that's wrong. We actually start with an E. And if this is an E, if we're going up, that means we're going to go forward in our letters. So E, after E is going to be what? F, then we have G, and remember after G we're always going to go back to an A. B, C, D, E, and F. So this is the name of every single line and space of the treble clef. Well, now you're thinking, okay, there's no way I can remember that. Sure you can. So we're going to talk about the spaces first. There's a very easy method to memorizing the spaces. Here we go. We have an F right here. The second space is an A. The third space is a C. And the fourth space is an E. And what does that spell? Correct. It spells face. It spells face. Now you might take a look at the lines and be like, well, that's E, G, B, D, and F. Well, what does that spell? Igabadoof. That works for me, but a lot of people don't like the igabadoof. So let me help you with that one. A lot of people come up with different sayings to help them remember the lines by using the first letter to create a word to create a sentence. So a very popular one is every good boat does float. So let's test this out. Let me put in a couple of blank ones for you. Ready? Okay, so here I have a whole bunch of blank ones for you to fill in. So take a look at the note and figure out what letter is it going to be on. So remember your pattern, face in the space, and your lines are every good boat does float. Let's do the first 2 together. So the first one is on a line or a space. It is on a space. So we're going to use our pattern here. Face in the space. So it's F-A-C-E. The note falls on an F. So this is an F. Our next one, is it on a line or a space? It's on a line. So which pattern we're going to use? The face in the space or the lines? Every good boat does float. We're going to use the lines. So what's our lines again? It is every good boat does float. And what letter does boat start with? A B. So this next one is going to be a B. I would like for you at this point, go ahead and pause the video, see if you can figure out all the other ones on your own, and I'm going to then turn it on when you're ready, and I'm going to answer all of them. Okay? Ready? Go. And we're back. So we're going to go ahead and fill in the rest of these. This was an F. This was a C. This one is an E. We have another E here, a G, and a D. Those are the answers. Now, if you're paying attention, you would have noticed that we have 2 Fs. We have an F down here, a low F, and we have a high F. In addition, we have a low E and a high E. So yes, it is possible to have more than one letter on the staff at a time. All right, let's start making our own music. Ready? Here we go. Alrighty, so with your paper, we're going to draw our staff. 1, 2, how many lines? Correct, 5, 4, and 5. And then we're going to draw our treble clef at the very beginning. Remember, it's like a J at first, and then make your P, and then you're going to do a swirl around the second line. That's important, I'm about to tell you that soon. And we're going to go ahead and start putting some notes on the staff. Now remember, F-A-C-E is in the space, every good boy does fine is on the lines. And also remember, anything that's on the middle line or higher is going to be line going down. Anything on the second space or lower is going to be lines going up. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do spaces. Let's do some spaces. Let's put a note on the C space. So remember your face in space, F-A-C. Here we go. All right, let's put a note on the F space. Which one's that one? Correct, it's here, and this is gonna be lines going up. Very good. Make sure when your lines are going down, it looks like the letter P, and when the lines are going up, it looks like the letter D. We do not want B, and we don't want Q's. We don't want barbecues, we want PD, professional development. All right, let's do some more spaces. Let's do an E. E in the spaces, F-A-C-E. Excellent. Okay, let's do some lines now. Okay, we have a couple different choices here. Let's go for B. So what's our pattern? Every good boy. Here's our B. Stems down, sorry, lines down. Okay, let's do an F. Not this one, we have to do the line. Every good boat does float. Here you go. Excellent. Let's do a G. Every good. And that line's gonna go up. Excellent. So you have just practiced putting some of the notes on the the staff in the treble clef using your letter names. Excellent job. Before we move on to our questions, I want to talk real quick about this second line. I've been talking to you so much that the swirl has to go around it. The reason is because the treble clef has a second name. And the second name for treble clef is called the G clef. And the reason it's called that is because the swirl goes around this line. And what letter name is this line? Remember, its lines are every good boat does float. So the swirl goes around the G line, which means it's also called the G clef. First question. Which 6th century Roman philosopher tells us to use the musical alphabet A, B, C, D, E, F, G? Is it Boethius, Nintendoethius, or Bobothus? So you have 3 seconds. And the answer is Boethius. Next question. When we draw our treble clef, where do we put the swirl? Do we put the swirl on the second line, the fourth line, the third line, or we don't swirl here? You got 3 seconds. We swirl it around the second line. There you go. Again, that's important. You got to remember that. Before we go, here's some practice stuff to do at home. 1, draw a staff, put in some notes, and identify the letter names of each one. So that's a good way to start practicing how to be a songwriter. Number 2, come up with your own pattern for the lines. I've seen so many different ones. You don't always have to do every good boat does float. Some people use Elvis guitar broke down Friday, or every giraffe buys donuts forever. Go ahead and create your own pattern. And then finally, 3, practice with your hand staff. So just point out one of them and see if you can identify it. That's a line, so G, C, A, F. Practice with your hand staff. You can even have a contest with a neighbor and go, whew, that's an A. No, oh, it is an A. Just like that. Well, I hope this video helped you learn how to read music using the letter names. So if you have any questions, go put them in the comment section below. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Bella time! Bella? Aww. Bella, you probably wanted to learn about Boethius, the 6th century philosopher, didn't you?